What if the worst habits you carry right now are not the ones you even see coming? We love to point fingers at the obvious. Eating too much junk, spending too much money, staying up too late. But the real habits that quietly eat away your energy, your confidence, your money, and your future are the ones that slip under the radar. And if you don't break them before you turn 30, you risk dragging them onto the next decade of your life. This will make you wonder why you feel stuck, even when you pretend you have it all together. Stop apologizing for existing. Somewhere along the line, a lot of us picked up the habit of saying sorry for things that don't even demand or require an apology. Sorry for asking a question in a meeting. You say sorry for bumping slightly into someone at the store. And you don't say sorry for not replying to a text message from a friend or an acquaintance on time. You even say sorry for needing help and sorry when you feel tired. And here's the sick thing about this. Every time you say sorry for things that don't matter, you train your brain to believe that you are a burden. People pick up on this because they start to treat you as small because you show up as small. So here's a simple exercise. Whenever you want to say sorry, stop for a bit and think of whatever you did, if it's wrong or if it's right, or if it's even warrants a sorry. And if it does not require a sorry, switch it up and say thank you instead. Thank you for waiting. Thanks for your patience. Say thank you for understanding instead of saying sorry for understanding or just saying sorry. These little things make the big difference. You move from shrinking yourself by saying sorry to standing your ground and feeling confident by saying thank you or saying nothing at all. Quit saying yes just to be liked. One of the most exhausting ways to live your 20s is by offering up a yes to everyone who asks for it. You say yes to drinks or having drinks with your friends when you're tired. You don't say yes to helping someone move when you can barely fold up your own mattress. At the end of the day, you end up so stressed, you don't have any energy to build your own future. So try this. Before you say yes, stop and think for 3 seconds and see yourself 1 year from now. Would they thank you for saying yes? Or they'll be rolling their eyes because you decided to trade your peace and your time for someone else's momentary pleasure? The people in your life that are worth keeping will respect your no. They'll respect you in times when you decide to say no. And the people who don't, you were never really saying yes anyway. You were saying because you really wanted to get some form of a comfort or some form of a liking from them. Stop worshipping the weekend. If your entire week is just you crawling towards Friday night, like your lifespan is on pause until then, you are setting a trap. The problem is not needing resting. It's outsourcing your happiness and your freedom to 2 days out of 7. And then you spend half of Sunday already dreading Monday morning. If you really want to break free, start building small pockets of joy and freedom into your weekdays. Take yourself out for breakfast on a random Tuesday. Take out, even if it's an hour on Thursday, to work on that project that you've been talking about but you've done absolutely nothing about. This is when your life will start getting very interesting. Not later, not when you quit, not even when you go full time on your dream. If you can't find moments of life inside the grind, you will spend decades asleep. Drop the habit of hiding your real opinion. Most people learn early to keep the pace. They smile, they nod, just to say that they agree, even when they don't agree. They tend to bite their tongue when they have something real to say. But because they think it's going to feel or sound awkward, they don't. But the price you pay for never risking conflict is that nobody really gets to know you. And even worse is, you forget to trust your own mind. The next time someone says something that you don't agree with, don't just nod automatically. You don't have to argue, just say, I see things differently. Or you can also say, that's an interesting point, but this is what I think about it. You'll be surprised how fast people will lean in when they realize you are not just another echo in the room. Of course, some people won't like it, and some might push back. That's good. It means you are building a spine. And the funny yet interesting thing about building a spine is, people respect a spine much more than they respect a fixed smile. Stop keeping people who drain you on your guest list. Sometimes the longest relationships, out of experience, are the ones that hold you back the most. Maybe it's that friend who never asks how you are, but always wants you to listen to their drama. Or maybe it's that cousin who mocks up and laughs at your idea whenever you try to dream big. Or maybe it's that old group chat that exists only for gossip and for complaints. You're not obligated to keep people in your circle just because they were there when you were 16 or when you were very young. You have to protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. You can love people and still leave them behind. I'm actually making use of this thing, like, I'm trying to be more illustrative. I'm not really used to, making use of a microphone like this whenever I'm recording. So you can wish them well from afar and still shut the door. The right people will find you when you are busy doing what you love, not when you are being busy being someone else's emotional sponge. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. There's a version of you out there We will never come into stardom or limelight when you keep waiting for the stars to align. We tend to convince ourselves sometimes that the dream requires the perfect timing, but it does not. You keep saying things like, when I have more time, when I have more money, and things like, when I feel more ready. The truth is, nobody starts perfect and nobody feels ready. Everybody you admire was winging it in the beginning. They failed, but guess what? They started again. And that's true for most of them. Progress is ugly. It's lopsided. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look great or perfect until you look back and then you figure out that your clumsy start was the beginning of something great. Don't rob yourself of that story just because you're waiting for some magic moment or because you're waiting for the right sign. Stop talking down to yourself. You see, the most damaging voice in your life is hardly someone else's. It's your voice. And if someone spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, would you let them stay? Probably not. But you let yourself stay in the loop all day, calling yourself lazy, worthless, not good enough. And that poison seeps into how you walk, and how you dream. You deserve better from yourself. Instead of saying, I'm so stupid for messing this stuff up, ask yourself, what have I learned from this, or what can I learn from this? One line that sticks with me is this one from Rumi. It says, do not feel lonely. The entire universe is inside you. So from this very moment, you have to start thinking as though that were true. Because it is. You don't have to hit 30 with everything figured out. Nobody does. What matters is that you hit it lighter than dead friendships, lighter than the old lies you tell yourself, lighter than the bad habits that you inherited. You have to drop what drains you and keep what builds you. And trust me, the rest will take care of yourself if you show up for yourself every day, a little more honest and a little braver.